Hello YouTube, welcome to another episode of Plays for Days. Today we are bringing you a new card set. Recently announced not too long ago is the Ghostrick set. Nifty little set where they like to set themselves face down, flip themselves up, and scare your opponent.
Kind of based around like what, Halloween or?
Yeah, they're based on Halloween, some kind of fairy tale monster type creatures.
I mean,
like the Jiangshi is the traditional Japanese Chinese zombie with the spell tag on its forehead.
So there's like what, like 2 zombies, 2 spellcasters, and 2 fiends?
Along with the XC.
Yeah,
yes.
the XC third zombie, yeah.
So let's get into it. We got the Jiangshi, which is, we explained that earlier. Cannot be normal summon unless you control a Ghostrick monster, but can be normal set. So a lot of these guys are going to put face down and then surprise people with them.
So it's probably going to be printed on all of them.
Yeah. So you got your 1800 defense. Pretty good for just a normal guy. Once per turn, you can change this card to face down defense position. So a lot of like those Sphinx cards from when Pharaoh Servant was out. If you flip it face up, get the effect, flip it back face down. When this card is flipped face up, you can add one Ghostrick monster from your deck to your hand whose level is less than or equal to the number of Ghostrick monsters you control. You can only use the effect to Ghostrick Jiangshi once per turn. So likely, if that's the only monster you have, you're going to be grabbing the 1-star type guys. If not, you could grab the 2, 3, but if you're controlling those many monsters, good chance you're going to be exceeding anyway.
Yeah.
But, an interesting effect. The Searcher, 1800 defense.
Not bad.
Good stuff. Moving on to the Witch. Once again, Halloween-themed Witch. Cannot be normal summon unless you control a Ghostrick, blah, 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 normal set. Once per turn, you can change this to face-down defense. Once per turn, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls, change it into face-down defense position.
Basically a Book of Moon.
Yeah, it's a Book of Moon every turn, kind of the Tsukiyomi, just boom, there you go, face down. So once per turn you can do that, so
it's not bad.
You don't even have to flip it face down to use that effect. So you can just keep it on the field, do whatever with it, and Not a bad effect, too.
No.
It's
good.
Okay, moving on to the next one.
I like this guy. It's one of my favorite.
Yeah. He's got that creepy little face.
He's
I don't know
really
how there's
good.
a kid in there, but whatever.
Yeah.
Obviously cannot be normal, blah, 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 blah. Change it to face down defense. When an opponent's monster attacks directly or targets a Ghostrick monster you control for an attack, target the attacking monster, negate the attack, and if you do, special summon this card from your hand in face down defense
Basically
position.
a battle fader.
Yeah, which is nice because as long as you're controlling a Ghostrick, you can still use it. It doesn't have to be a direct attack. So he's a battle fader even if you got monsters, which really isn't bad.
No, really good.
His stats are unspectacular. He's only a 1-star,
but he's good for reoccurring Nightmare. And
yes,
there's more of those guys that are 0 defense.
Yeah, which we'll get into.
Well, the 2 main ones are 0 defense, which is great. Him and is it the next guy coming up? No, okay. So let's do her first.
One of the interesting things about her is I didn't really know what this was all about until I looked into the background of it. The Yuki-onna Ghostrick. These are based off of Japanese lore of Japanese girls who would hide in the forest. They have very pale skin, usually dark hair, white dresses. And they're dead girls who creep around in the forest and
actually
stalk
sounds
you.
very fucking creepy.
Yeah. She looks all innocent and stuff, but there's a very, very creepy backstory to that. Anyways, let's get into the effect. Cannot be normal summon unless you control a Ghostrick monster, blah, 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 blah. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the grave, you can change the monster that destroyed this into face-down defense position. That monster's battle position cannot be changed.
How do you even fix that problem?
That is a tough problem to fix.
If they flip your Ophion down, what do you do?
There's not much you can do. It's not like you go, I'll flip it during my next turn. No, you can't.
Huh.
You basically have to have a card that says force your cards into attack position. Play Book of Taio in every deck now. No, it's literally the card that you attack. It scares the shit out of you, and you just hide. No Ophion attack.
Terrifying.
No. You don't
Ophion,
know what
just
I
go.
You don't know what I saw. Okay.
That's the other main one.
Yeah.
There we go.
So we got the Ghostrick Spectre, which is the ghost, which looks happy, cute. Cannot be normal summoned, blah, 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 once per turn. When a Ghostrick monster is destroyed by your opponent's card, either by battle or by card effect, and sent to the grave, you can special summon this card from your hand in face-down defense position, and if you do, draw a card.
Wow. That is a great effect.
So it is great draw power. It's got that reoccurring Nightmare ability.
That is
1-star. So you can special summon that. You can use your Lantern. You can go into your Slacker Magicians if you want, or just do whatever.
Well, I mean, he's just great that you can reoccur Nightmare on him. Like him and the other guy that negates attacks. That is great.
Yeah, so your opponent dark holes your field. You're not completely defenseless. You could set him and draw a card.
That's great.
Good stuff. Okay, now we got the Ghostrick Stein, which has one of the higher attacks.
Yeah, he's more of a beater.
which at 16 isn't fantastic, but he's got an effect. Cannot be normal summon, blah 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 blah. You can change his face down defense. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can add one Ghostrick Spell or Trap card from your deck to your hand. You can only use the effect of Stein once per turn.
So, I mean, it's not bad if he actually gets that attack off somehow to inflict damage.
Yep.
So, I mean, he's there. He's good.
Plus, they got good spell and trap support, which we'll get into after we take a look at the X-Seed here, which is Ghostrick Alucard.
Dracula backwards.
Yeah, in case you haven't noticed that. Dracula Alucard.
Isn't he, like, supposed to be... Yeah. Alright.
So, obviously, he's a vampire. He's the third zombie of the set, and a rank 3 X-Seed. 2 level 3 monsters, so generic, I guess?
Apparently.
Kind of interesting. Your opponent cannot target another ghost or target other Ghostrick monsters or face down to monsters for attacks. You can attach one material from this card, target one set card your opponent controls, destroy that target, and you can use the effect of Ghostrick Alucard once per turn. If this card is sent to the grave, you can target one other Ghostrick card in your graveyard, add that target to it.
That is very good.
So, assuming you have the other cards that put cards face down, you just pop them with this guy.
But, I mean, even if he dies, you get to add one from your grave to your hand.
Mm-hmm.
That is pretty good.
Plus, as a generic 2 level 3s, if your opponent sent a lot of stuff, it could be not bad to destroy face down.
Oh, that's a pretty good card.
I mean, you wouldn't get the other effects, but he's an 18 beater, and your opponent cannot target other Ghostrick monsters. So,
yeah.
Or your face downs, even.
Sweet.
So, interesting stuff. I like the artwork on him, too.
Yeah, it looks pretty neat.
I
like him. He's good.
So, we'll get into the spells and traps here. We have the Ghostrick House, which is their field spell. It's kind of got everybody in there, hiding in their corners, doing whatever. Face down monsters cannot be targeted for attacks. So if you got all your guys to face down defense position, just can't attack them. The only monster a player controls are face down. The opponent's monsters can attack directly, so that's the downside. But you have any battle damage from monsters, except Ghostrick monsters, or effect damage either player takes.
So, I mean, that even slows down Chain Burn.
Mm-hmm. So even if you got a lava golem sitting on your field, they tribute to, it's only 500 per turn.
Yeah, that is a good field card.
Mm-hmm. It's not too bad. Like, it saves your face down ones you don't want attacked. You keep your face up ones, like you keep your Stein up there, so you boosted them with something.
Yeah.
They have to attack him. Your other face downs are safe. And if they get over him, it's only half damage.
That is good.
It's not a bad field spell. Okay, and we got Ghostrick out, which is reveal one Ghostrick monster in your hand. For the rest of this turn, Ghostrick cards and face down defense position monsters you control cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects.
Wow.
So if somebody's like Dark Hole, you're just like Ghostrick out, and then all your guys are safe. All you got to do is reveal one Ghostrick monster in your hand.
That is pretty good.
It is pretty good. And the best part is face down defense position monsters. So it doesn't even have to be Ghostricks. It's a very interesting set. It might see some of the Sphinx type stuff come back just because it protects your face downs.
Yeah.
And then for the last one,
good.
the Ghostrick Panic, which is just fantastic. Target any number of face down defense position monsters you control, change them to face up defense position, then change face up monsters your opponent controls to face down defense position up to the number of Ghostrick monsters flipped face up by this effect.
That card is pretty neat.
So, if your opponent's about to make a big push for game, and he's got like 3-4 monsters, whatever, you got a couple of Ghostricks, boom! Send him face down.
Yeah, pretty much. That is a pretty good card.
It is a pretty good card.
I like the art on it too. Yeah. It has my 2 favorites.
Yeah. This kind of gives you the idea what they do is just boom, surprise, whoa.
Scared the shit out of you.
So I really like this set. I think it's a really interesting looking set. It kind of reminds me of Tim Burton-y kind of look stuff where it's cutesy kind of stuff, but also creepy Halloween type stuff. And this is definitely a set I'm going to be going after when that pack comes out.
I mean, it's got potential, and I mean, in the future, they might even release more, which they should. So, I mean, it's definitely looks neat, like fun, and something to look for.
I really like this set, so hopefully it'll be easy to collect. As far as the TCG goes, they're all commons except for Alucard, which is a Ultra. I think a couple of them are rare, but otherwise it's a pretty easy set to get. So
yeah. So yeah, tell us what you guys think about this set, and
maybe you got some good text for the deck nobody knows about yet. Who knows?
Just can't wait till they come out.
Me either.
All right, we'll catch you guys later.
Peace.